Hello, race fans. Welcome back to Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Glad to be back here on a beautiful Sunday night here at the Daytona International Speedway for a special season opening race here at Sim Racing Unleashed for season number 10. I cannot wait to get this started here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting here tonight for the 22Q Family Foundation 250 here at Daytona as we take a step here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting into the future, as is our first race here ever with the next gen NASCAR Cup Series cars, as we'll get a sneak peek into what we may possibly be seeing on the racetrack coming every Sunday afternoon to the NASCAR Cup Series. Sim Racing Unleashed will be taking that step, so we got to applaud them for that, and it should be a fantastic season number 10. But what a night we have in store. We need to give a shout out to our sponsors here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting, and we want to give a special shout out to ButtKicker, as every game deserves a truly immersive experience. The ButtKicker Gamer 2 lets you feel every detail, from the subtle footsteps to the rumble of a V10 powered race car, from the ambient environmental effects to the power of a nearby explosion. By moving a physical mass instead of only air, the Gamer 2 provides instant, accurate, powerful base response, and it's all perfectly synced with every game with no additional software required. So make sure you go to ButtKicker.com to check out their ButtKicker Gamer 2 or any other product they have there to fill what you've been missing. And you can use Freaky Fast 20 to get 20% off of any purchase there. And remember, that's Freaky Fast 20, Freaky with 2 E's, and that's 20% off any purchase at ButtKicker.com, as you can go there and feel what you've been missing. But thank you to ButtKicker for being a proud partner here at Freaky Fast. But back to the action. I'm Zach Hall up in the booth here tonight. Alongside me, calling the action, giving all the energy, will be Lee Tidwell. We'll have Robert Moyer Jr. himself running the cameras in the background. Lee, what a fantastic way to start this off as we take a step into the future here at Daytona with the Sim Racing Unleashed family.
We take a step into the future by going back to the past. We are back home where we belong on Sunday nights with Sim Racing Unleashed and the gang here at SRU. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us on YouTube for this next gen season 10 opener with Sim Racing Unleashed at Daytona International Speedway. Zach, we've been watching a little bit during practice. Now, I know me and you've both kind of got out and experimented with these cars and drove them a little bit, and they are pushing the fire out of each other going down the backstretch. They're pushing each other in turns. This should be different than any Daytona race we've seen in a long, long time. And for us to be back home with SRU for the season 10 here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting, it is a privilege and an honor to join these fellas for their 10th season. And what an accomplishment that is.
Oh, that is a monumental mark. I mean, I think of leagues who barely even got to their third or fourth season. You know, this is their 10th season. That is just a huge round of applause from me up in the booth to the guys here, and love all them guys to death. They're great friends of mine, and can't wait to get this all kicked off here. And the step they took here with the next-gen car, they're taking a chance here with a car that is, you know, under development, and it could change as the season goes on. But guess what? They're taking the leap of faith and trying something new here. I'm so excited to see how this plays out. But like you said, Lee, we're already seeing some big pushes being made from this car. I think another key thing you're going to see that's pretty big with this car is some side drafting. And also, we got completely different gearboxes. We got one lug nut. There's so many different changes to this car. I'm so excited.
One lug nut, 5-speed sequential transmission. Driving this thing just inside the cockpit, I don't know if we can go to a cockpit view here on the screen or not, but the dash seems so, let's look at that. The dash seems so far away when you're used to being right there behind the steering wheel. It's different. It's a different look, it's a different feel, and it's going to take some getting used to. Whoa, we're upside down.
Hunter Hayward.
Hunter Hayward going for a little Hunter Hayward's wild ride there.
Oh, man, yeah.
And yes, Brandon Colley on YouTube on the chat. My sound suppressing foam will be here on Tuesday. So next weekend, I will not sound like I'm announcing from Mammoth Cave in Kentucky anymore. No siree, Bob. It will be more of a good. Where are you going, Hunter? Hunter's just driving all over the place. It'll be another good sound quality. As we moved Studio 42 a couple weeks ago, I wasn't able to make it to any of the races on Saturday and Sunday, and just started again this past weekend, and now we're starting to pimp out the studio a little bit. I am sharing the spot actually with my daughter, who now Studio 42 in the back looks like a cosplay paradise back there with lights and rigging cameras and outfits and stuff. It's crazy. One day we'll just have to get a live shot in here so y'all can see what it looks like.
I can only imagine. I just picture when you say, the cave there. I can just see Lee in his cave, just broadcasting away. So,
Man, I love this little cave.
I enjoy having you here with us in the cave, because this is, like you said, back where we should be. Like you said, we're taking it back to go into the future. This is a special, special night. Thank you to everybody tuning in here. We can't wait to bring you this action as they enter qualifying here. They got 5 minutes lead. Remember last season here, season 9, we got to congratulate Mark Whitley on the season championship. See if he can go back out and maybe put himself as a 2-time champion.
David Funky Cole Medina in the house on YouTube. What's up, Dave? He is a member of the Bonfire Racing League that we do on Sunday morning. Stimpian, I don't know how he's driving and typing, but he's in the chat as well. Colley's in there. I want to know, where is Kayla?
Oh,
if I don't get Kayla Potter in the chat in the next 5 minutes, I'm muting my microphone until she says something.
Emergency, someone call Kayla because I need help. Oh, man. But looking great. We already have so many great faces out there, like you said. David's out there, but we also got Steven, Mr. Stimpian out there, Steven Stimpian's father out there tuning in on YouTube chat. And he says the A-team is back, and that's right, Lee. We would like to call ourselves the A-team up here, don't we, buddy?
Dun, 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 dun. So if I'm Hannibal, who does that make you?
Oh, man.
Robert Murdoch. I mean, we can't pass that up. Robert.
I want to be Mr. T, but
I picked it a fool.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm tough enough for that. So
I would prefer to be tough enough for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a hard character to play. So definitely, I would prefer that though. That'd be pretty cool.
2 rookies on top of the board right now in the beginnings of qualifying, and then gets passed up by Lance Doyle, who jumps to the top. But Jeff Dotson, a rookie here this season. Also Derek Love. We've got a few rookies. We'll talk about them as we progress throughout qualifying and the race. So glad to be back home with these guys. Dave Bush, Stephen Leffler, Josh Jones, Rodrigo Loga is in this league. Jason Anderson, Michael Yarrow, so many, Todd Neese, so many guys that we spent week in and week out, Hunter Hayward, that Kerry Chim, that we enjoyed calling their races, and Freaky Fast and SRU, like a relationship, had to take a little time apart. But now we've kissed, we've made up, we've gave each other flowers and candy, and here we are back for season number 10 as Anderson jumps to the top of the leaderboard of 48.072. Who will be the first one to break 48 tonight?
We'll have to see if I can jump into that 47-second bracket there, Lee. But man, I got like a permanent smile on my face. I wish the fans at home could see almost just the beaming smile I got on my face, because I feel like my face is stuck, because it's so good to be back here with the SRU guys and back up here calling action. It should be really fun up here tonight to watch this next gen car. I want to see how these drivers figure it out, learn multiple things. I know they've been putting a lot of work in. I've talked to a few guys, and they're out there putting work each and every week trying to figure this car out more and more. I think as the season progresses on, we can see which driver starts from where, and where it ends is what I'm most focused on as this season 10 kicks off.
Absolutely. Anderson still sitting on the pole. Love in second. Hunter Hayward third at the moment. Robbie Darnell fourth. Whitley into fifth. Rodrigo Loga in sixth at the moment. Lane Doyle in seventh. Leffler eighth. Hartwell ninth. Rookie. Just lost him. Yep, my pylon changed. There we go. Rookie Michael Rosero in the 10th position. right now. So we are still in qualifying, still have about, no, let's call it 35 seconds. Let's see what happens. And if anybody can break that 48-second mark, Anderson came close, 48.072. Is now we're looking at the 20 of Luke Lafaro.
Yeah, definitely some new names out here for me that I'm about to learn. And it's good to see that, though. But Jason Anderson, that's the name that sticks out in my head, like you said, on top of the board. And that's kind of where I remember that 92 placing himself a lot of times. From what I've seen, I don't think anybody will break into that 47-second bracket unless they put down a lap that is just out of this world.
Yeah, they would have to hot lap the fire out of it, but that will do it for qualifying. Zach, our starting grid about to be put up by Oz himself, Robert A. Moya, as we get set for Season 10 with Sim Racing Unleashed here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting.
Starting from that pole position is going to be the 92 of Jason Anderson. Starting out the season number 10 on a hot streak already. Second's going to be Derek Love, a rookie coming into this season. Third is going to be Hunter Hayward, I believe that's season 8 champion. The fourth place car will be the 44 Robbie Darnell. Fifth's going to be last season's series champion is Mark Whitley. Sixth is going to be Lee.
In sixth position. It's who I think it is, right?
Yeah, it's who you think it is. I was leaving it for you. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry about that. In sixth position, the number 76 of Rodrigo Longa.
That's pretty good. Actually, it came through. It came through most of it, so that was great.
I muffled it a little bit for you.
Good stuff. But the seventh's going to go to Lane Doyle. Eight's going to be Stephen Leffler. Ninth's going to be Brandon Hartwell. 10th's going to be Michael Rosario, there, that rookie. 11th's going to be Steven Stimpian. 12th, Luke Lafaro. 13th's going to be Jeff Dotson. 14th's going to be Kerry Chim. 15th's going to be Kyle Nadu. 16th's going to go to John Jones. 17th, Michael Yarrow. 18th's going to go to Brad Delth. 19th, Dylan Zelms. 20th's going to go to Todd Neese. 21st, Dave Bush. 22nd, James Bryan. 23rd, David Neese. 24th, Kevin Roy. 25th is going to go to the 10 of Clifton Ashley. 26th is going to be the 61 of James Small. 27th, Buzz. 28th is going to be Jason Adams. 29th, Mark Koschik. 30th is going to go to Aaron Bradford. And in rounding out your field, the 31st position will be Robert Cheswick, as 31 cars strong here tonight with the next-gen NASCAR Cup Series cars at the Daytona International Speedway for the Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, there's probably leagues that have run this, but I know this is the first league on Freaky Fast that has run the next-gen cars. It's the first time that we've gotten to call them, and it's the first time that I've seen the crew of drivers with the talent that we have here tonight to put these to the test at Daytona.
Yeah, this is a great place to kick off the season. First of all, I mean, Daytona, what better way? I mean, that's what we do with the traditional Cup Series each year, is kick it off with Daytona. But with these next-gen cars, I think this is a great place to test them, get the feel for them, because everybody's going to be, packed up, bunched up, and have a good shot here for a win tonight. It's going to be a great way to kick off the season with some great battles. But I tell you what I've seen in practice, these guys are going to have to be careful with that back bumper, getting that front end into that. So we got to watch these guys out, be patient here as they got 100 laps lead. But I am excited to see how this all plays out as we go through this race.
So Anderson and Love on the front row, Hayward and Darnell row 2, Whitley and Loga row 3, Lane and Leffler row 4, Hartwell and row 0. We'll round out your top 10 with Steven Stimpian, old Stimp, outside looking in, sitting in the 11th position. Kayla still hasn't said nothing in chat, so she's going to get reprimanded for our first race back, and she's not in chat yet, so I'm highly upset at that. As we get set to begin Season 10 with Sim Racing Unleashed, back home on Freaky Fast Broadcasting, Lee Tidwell, Big Mac, Zach Hall, and Oz himself, Robert A. Moya. Anderson's going to lead him to the line, and Season 10 is underway. Anderson brings him to the line. Love on the high side. Hayward will be pushing Anderson as we go down the tri-oval, heading into turn number 1. We're going to say double file and break it through 1. Anderson and Hayward. Man, look at Hayward just pushing Anderson and they've got a nice little lead there. Whitley's going to follow them through. Brings Love back to 4th position. Here comes Lane on the low side, looking to pass Love. That high line, Zach, not getting a very good start.
Yeah, high line dropping back here quickly. That's what I wanted to see. What do these lines make? Looks like the high line slowly dropping back. This is somewhat similar to what we see of the cars. It's going to take a lot for that high side to get going, but we'll see what they get as these guys get bunched up on the bottom and start to check up.
Yeah, lots of checking up coming as we've completed lap number 1. Jason Anderson will be out in front. We really need to look at the 87 of Derek Love and that group there on the high side. They continue to fall backwards. Now, I'm not sure, they need to get down as quickly as possible. You got the 87 of Love, the 44 of Robbie Darnell, the 78 of Loga is stuck back there as well. Loga just had to check up there as Darnell slid down. Love slid down. Logan still hung out to dry.
Yeah, looks like Logan, the last car up high there. And then we got a second pack forming really from the, looks like the 19th position on back with Josh Jones leading that pack there, Lee. They got a pretty sizable gap, about a second and a half back to them. And looks like these guys are trying to ride back here, get in a line, and then hopefully catch back up this line because it looks like it's single file up front. And you don't want to lose too much time if it single files out up front.
Yeah, looking at the 52 of James Bryan. Bryan running in that 19th position.
Oh, look out in chat, Lee.
Well, it's about time. Oh, wait. She says she's old and couldn't figure out YouTube. Kayla, we are so happy to have you, darling. Welcome back home here on Freaky Fast Broadcast. And look at the one of Todd Neese. Neese continuing to fall backwards as well. He could be in tire conservation mode here, as we do have 100 laps tonight from Daytona. And as you said, Zach, that second group has kind of slid back, and there's a big gap.
Yeah, it's growing too. I mean, it's over 2.5 seconds now back to Josh Jones, and that may just be what these guys are electing to do. There's a few guys back here I noticed that do work together usually, so they may be electing just to stay back here, maybe see what it formulates up front, because whatever happened, Jason Anderson got swamped and left out to dry as Hunter Hayward takes the lead. But I tell you what, Jason Anderson, Steven Stippian, the first two to elect out front here to jump to the high side. Let's see if they can produce anything between the two Smoke Inc. teammates.
Yep, so Hayward in the lead. Whitley moves up to second lane. Doyle into third. Now Hartwell goes into fourth. Anderson and Stippian back fifth, sixth, respectively. Dotson, Nadeau, Zero, and Love will round out your top 10 as we go 3 wide into 1.
Whoa. Big moment.
It was a big moment. Yeah, they bobbing and weaving back there, man. It's like Muhammad Ali and Frazier.
Yeah, that's one thing with these cars. I feel like they have a lot more of a responsive front end when it comes to moving around with the steering. I mean, the steering system has changed. This is rack and pinion steering. So it is a little bit different than the normal what we had before steering box. So a little bit of different feel there for sure. And a little bit more of a twitchy feel, I would say. And you're kind of seeing that with a few guys as well.
Bringing it across the line, Hayward will lead. Now lap number 6. We've singled it out through the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Little Sesame Street there for you this Sunday night. Hunter Hayward with a 45.741, his fastest lap. Fastest lap of the race so far, Rodrigo Loga with a 45.451. But with these draft packages and stuff, especially now with these next-gen cars, that fastest lap really ain't going to mean nothing.
Yeah, exactly. The fastest lap's not really going to matter. You're just going to right now be out there trying to figure out how to make runs. And right now with a single file like this and us getting, so separated, these front, like 8 to 10 right here, they can really kind of play around and do some stuff to try to learn how to set up runs, lay back a little bit, get a huge drag, that brake, and get that big run on the pack and see how far you can go forward. Because if you wait till the end of the race to try to, formulate something and you don't know how to do it, you're not going to be able to get it done.
Yeah, looking now at the 23 of Rosero. Behind him is going to be LaFaro and Dotson. They're battling side by side. The 7 of Dotson on the low side in that big mobile, that Ford Mustang. looking to keep that position.
Yeah, and with those,
Rosero and LaFaro teaming up on the high side.
yeah, they're going around the outside there of the 20 or the 7 there of Jeff
Look at the
Dotson.
gap that
Yeah.
they have now made between themselves and Brandon Hartwell. So your top 6 have now left from 7th on back, and you've got almost a second gap between those now.
Yeah, and what that is, Lee, is you saw these guys get side by side. Just that little bit of side by side action and going to the higher, slower line with the 2 cars there. They side drafted each other. When you get side by side in this package, especially even with these cars, the side draft is very, very strong, and you pull each other back a lot.
So Hayward takes it out of 4, will bring it across the line. It will be lap number 9 of 100. Whitley in 2nd, Lane Doyle in 3rd. Then it's going to be Jason Anderson 4th, Steven Stempien in 5th. Then you got Hartwell 6th, Rosero in 7th, LaFaro in 8th, Dotson 9th, Nadeau up to 10th position, but he's down 4 spots, but fought back into the top 10.
And you see this 7 of Jeff Dotson's dropped back to this 3rd pack here, as now it's turned into the 2nd pack as that other pack is caught up. But the thing is, now they jumped out with Kyle Nadeau and Stephen Leffler to go around the 7, but it backfired on those 2. And now the 7 leads the pack, and see if they can get back up there because it really slowed them down. Ooh, even Kyle Nadeau into the wall a little bit.
Yeah, that 2nd pack starting to get a little racy, and up here in the front now from 4th on back, we're double file with Stempien, Anderson, Rosero, Hartwell, and LaFaro.
That'll help this pack behind too with them side drafting like this side by side here from that 5th position, or really from the 4th position on back. It's really going to slow them down and help that pack possibly claw their way back into it.
Looking at my buddy, the number 53 of Dave Bush. Dave Bush, the official Freaky Fast painter, as he has painted every car I could possibly ask him for in Freaky Fast broadcasting colors and schemes. So I'd like to once again thank Dave Bush for all of that. Man, they're still mixing it up front.
Yeah, they really are, and it's really letting that pack from Jeff Dotson really claw his way back into this picture here, and that's going to be good for the racing side of pictures for us as a broadcast. But I think Hayward, Whitley, and Lane Doyle up here, they all have different ideas. They're like, man, we just need to stay in a line and go fast as possible and get as least as many as people here at the end to possibly go down to the end.
Looks like a Stempien's trying to catch up with that now. Anderson has sniffed the draft of Stempien, pulling up to the back of him. Rosero, who is running in 6th position, also trying to catch that lead draft. Right behind them, Hartwell and LaFaro. As we come out of 4, it'll be lap number 12. And Hunter Hayward, after taking the lead, has remained in that lead. And the field has settled down somewhat. As we look through some of the other parts of the field, the 92 of Jason Anderson running in 6th position. Anderson went a little high there. Unsure if he was letting people on by or if there is an issue, but he is losing a lot of momentum there.
Yeah, he just pulled high on the straightaway there, and looks like he's just decided to drop back there. So he just wanted to get into the back of this line here now and ride as Jeff Dotson 2.4 seconds behind the leader, and he was all the way 3 seconds back at one point, but oh man, they're wiggling back there in that 2nd pack. The 7 almost wrecking off of 4.
They are. Dotson getting little squirrely loves back there. Loga, Bush, Brad Delph, Leffler, all back there in that 2nd pack, and they're getting a little racy. Riding along with the 78 of Rodrigo Loga. Loga is like very close to the 87 of love. Woo, man, they can almost high-five each other out the doors. They're so close.
Would not recommend that at this speed, but they were that close. They definitely were. Now you're going to see the 87 drop back at Derek Love. He's just trying to grab one side draft those guys, but really they got to be focused on catching the leaders in front of them, trying not to slow each other down, make as much time as possible, race each other when you get up there.
Yeah, I'm unsure as to what happened there. You would think, Dodson, Loga, Bush, Delph, Leffler, Love, they'd all just get in a single file line and be like, let's just choo-choo this bad boy up to the front pack. But with everybody bobbing and weaving and trying to see what they can do here. The distance continues to grow now to 3.3 seconds. I got a cup holder on my new desk. Did you know that? That's pretty cool.
That is really cool, actually. I think that's pretty useful for broadcasting. Must say, I like to gotta always have a refreshment when you're broadcasting. If you don't, you're in trouble.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then you start talking with dry mouth and all that stuff. It's not a good time. Not a good time at all. Hello to everyone joining us out there on YouTube. Thank you for joining us for the race number 1 of season 10 of the homecoming of Freaky Fast Broadcasting, back with Sim Racing Unleashed, Lee Tidwell, Zach Hall, and Oz himself, Robert A. Moya, the A-Team, as we were called earlier on Facebook. Joining you here for race number 1 of season 10. Zach, so glad to be back here with SRU.
Oh, this is like literally a dream come true to be back here, Lee. A lot of good friends here, and we know a lot of good faces out here. This is gonna be one heck of a season, and what way to do it here in season 10. I think it's a great time for us to be back.
Yeah, looking at the 8 now of Aaron Bradford. Bradford has James Bryant in front of him, David Neese right behind him. Then behind Neese is going to be Dylan Zims and Buzz Lightyear, Buzz Aldrin, Buzz Killington. I don't know. I forgot.
This is pretty cool if he was Buzz Aldrin. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. He has a rocket-powered car, possibly.
Man, look at these guys just pushing each other and tapping each other, and goodness.
Yeah, a lot of action going on right there.
Yeah, Kerry Chim now gets caught to the outside. The 76 of Josh Jones will drive up underneath. There goes Nadeau as well. James Bryan, Bradford looking underneath.
Now, Daytona here, this is definitely, pretty interesting so far with the 17 laps. It looks like everything's mostly single file, and this is kind of what I expected with this package, at least we got right now. You have to really be smart about the moves you make and smart about how you race people, or you can really slow yourself down, and people who are not willing to slow themselves down can really get away from you, and that's what you're seeing with that front pack getting away out front, and the little packs forming throughout the field. But man, Lee, when we start going to the other tracks, I cannot wait. Now I believe we're not going to be here next Sunday, so we will not see their Phoenix race next week here in the Cup. And is that correct? Okay.
Okay, so we get word next week.
Yep. Yes. Okay. So get word. Okay. I was looking at I think a different schedule. That's my bad. As Daytona Road was on the 3rd week for that, but that'll be the week we were back anyway. So it is the 2nd race. So we'll catch them in 2 weeks here, Daytona Road Course. Now that, man, that's where I'm excited, because that's kind of where these cars are built for, in my opinion. This is what's going to give these cars a little more opportunity to be flexible, where they're really good on road courses and really good on ovals. I'm excited.
Looking at the 14 of Brad Delph, he is riding in the 12th position, up 6 spots, right behind Dave Bush, who's up 10 spots. He's our big mover at the moment. Loser at the moment, Derek Love, down 12 positions to the 14th from starting 2nd. Looking now at the 61 of James Small. He is riding in the 27th position. This ride back there with Kelvin Roy. Kelvin? There's not an L in there. Kevin Roy. That's his brother. They're twins,
Really?
No, I have no idea.
Okay, I was gonna say, what? How do you know this? But right now, the only car a lap down is Buzz, and Buzz is on pit road in the 51, so don't know what's going on with that, but we got our producer here, Robert. He's fascinated with the 24 paint scheme. I tell you what, it looks very good. Jason Adams doing a good job there.
It's got kind of a copper.
Yeah.
Kind of a copper finish to it. Made out of pennies. It cost him 33,000 pennies to make that.
It looks like a penny with a lot of zinc in it because it's really shiny. It's a
Is
newer
that what
pit.
makes pennies shiny? Is zinc?
Yeah, the new ones. Yeah, the new ones. Yeah, there's less copper in them, so they got more zinc, and that's why they're more shiny. And the old ones are dull. Fuel mileage is the next thing that really is on topic. Fuel is something I definitely have no clue when it comes to this car. I know the tanks are the exact same size. I know when they first came out, what was it? It was a 20-gallon tank we had. Then I believe iRacing updated that to have the 18.7 gallons, which I guess NASCAR may have made a change there in that area. But so still the 18.7 gallon tanks. I would think we're still getting this about the same mileage. So I'm thinking you're going to see pit stops happening most likely from anywhere after lap 33 on to make this a two-stop race. So you're looking at 33 and 66 as those pit windows laps when it opens up.
So Hayward continues to lead with Whitley, Lane, Rosero, and LaFaro. Your top 5. Stimp will be in 6th, Hartwell in 7th, and that will round out your front group. Then you've got almost a 6-second gap between Hartwell and Anderson in 8th.
And they got a little pack form there too of about 7 cars, so they're chugging along. And then the next pack, I believe, is that pack's about 9 cars deep. So,
push Loga!
Don't push Loga like that. Gotta be careful. That beautiful.
They're getting too rough with my boy. You can't do that.
Oh, look at this. They go for the move. Derek Love going to the outside of the 7 of Jeff Dotson. They'll go up high with the 81. Or not the 81, sorry, the 92. Oh! Logan went with him, but Love down in front of the 7, leads Logan out the dry. Can Logan get by the 7? He needs some help. Here comes Dave Bush. Or
Brad
14,
Delph.
sorry, Brad Delph. Yeah.
Yeah, Delph's behind Loga trying to give him a push. Leffler now, as Loga's going to try to squeeze it down behind Dotson and Will. Delph gives him that opportunity. Then Leffler and Dave Bush in front of them, Dotson and Love. And then you've got Jason Anderson.
Oh. Looks like everybody's out here really sawing on the wheel trying to keep these things together as trying to get as much speed as they possibly can. But all that racing they've done has slowed them down even more. Now 7.6 seconds behind leader Hunter Hayward. It's really hurt these guys. These guys up in the front 7, I think they've all decided, you know, we're just going to ride and help each other out till the very end. Then we'll race.
So, comment out on YouTube. Derek Love is my hero. Derek Love, I have not called a race with him yet. So this is interesting to see how he performs. But one of the things you talked about, you know, was, and we heard Robert Dinner here talking about the cars looking a little loose. And we don't know how these cars react. We don't know how they are on long runs. We don't know how they handle in tight packs. We don't know any of this because I haven't myself driven anything more than just jumping in a hosted race and going, yee, next gen, and that's about it.
Well, I can tell you my problem was I unfortunately went around the track backwards, going 175 mile an hour for half of my practice session at Daytona. So, and iRacing fixed the gear there, so we can't go around Daytona backwards at 175 mile an hour no more. But it was very fun, I must say, and it drives good backwards. It drives really good backwards. So it must drive even better forwards. So that only bodes well for these guys out here on the racetrack as you're riding on board with Leffler. Pit stops, like I said, 33. So we're nearing that point. But man, it's good. This race is going to be one of those races. Just to be blunt to the fans out there. There's going to not be not a lot of racing till really the end of this race unless we get some type of yellow to shake this thing up.
Yes, we've kind of got. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 3 bigger groups and then a couple smaller groups going at the moment. You've got your front group of Hayward, Whitley, Lane, Rosero, LaFaro, and Stempien. Then you're going to go back to the 25 of Hartwell. Actually, is Hartwell in that front group? Yeah, Hartwell is the last car in that front group. Then you've got Jason Anderson in the 92. It's going to be Anderson, Love, Loga, Delph, Leffler, Bush. And then back behind them, you've got Josh Jones in the 76. He's got a bunch of group behind him. Jones, James Bryant, Aaron Bradford, Robbie Darnell, David Neese, Dylan Zims, Kerry Chim, Todd Neese. Dotson continues to slide backwards. Yarrow's in that group, Clifton Ashley. And then back behind them, the 61 of James Small riding with Koscheck with him. Looking now at the number 6 of Cheswick. He's in that back group, Cheswick, Buzz, and Nadeau.
You know, while you were speaking there, Lee, I was just thinking in my head, just, you know, what's going through a lot of these drivers' heads right now. And I'm just sitting from Hunter Hayward's position. He's out front leading right now. Been that way since pretty early in this race, so getting a lot of laps led for that 21. He's sitting in a very good spot. I'm just thinking about, man, what type of shot does he have to win here? Because these next-gen cars here, if you can get a victory for the first of its kind here, I mean, like, there's not many leagues out there running this thing. This is, you know, very few people running these cars in general, other than the official sessions that they have up. So to get a win here tonight, that's going to be a first of its kind. I'm wondering if that's going through any of these drivers' heads right now, or is they're just trying to keep their focus, because sometimes you let those things creep in and they can kind of cloud your judgment, or they can motivate you to go get it done.
Yeah, I try not to think about the next 70 laps or so when I'm out there, because then I'm not thinking about the next 7 seconds. And driving super speedways in a tight draft, that's what you got to look at, is the next 7 seconds. You know, checking up, throttle control, all of that good stuff, bump drafting. So that is, if anybody mind starts to wonder, that could spell calamity, as we like to say here. Dave Bush riding along with him, that number 53.
And I tell you what, great looking car there. I must say, these guys have really made some nice paint schemes. I really like the style of these cars with the 18-inch rims, the shorter deck lids, the overall look of these cars. More of a stock looking street car, and more what you would see on the daily street. And these guys have really come out here this week swinging at Daytona. I can't wait to see, as the season goes on, what they can develop paint scheme wise. But so far, some good looking hot rods out there, and they say a good looking paint scheme will add a 10th or 2.
Anderson gets spun.
Oh no! Looks like he's gathered it up, but still circling around here in the apron. Does he bring a yellow out? He's rolling back up, as he needs to get that thing going there, as I believe he's sitting there. Not saying he's trying to bring out a yellow, but he may be trying to bring out a yellow. Hoping for one, maybe. But no yellow for you, sir. Unfortunately, Anderson's going to go around.
Yeah, Anderson got pushed just a little too hard there, and around he went. And, you know, we haven't really talked about it, but one of the things that you hear about these cars, and when you drive them, you really do figure it out, is there is a lot of grip. There is a lot of traction. But it feels like you can feel the back end sliding out easy, better. And you can catch those slides easier. But once that hits that no way back point, there's nothing you can do, just like in the A Cup cars. So I mean, just a little bit too much of a push there, and Anderson goes around and will fall way back.
Yeah, falling way back for sure. That was a push off the nose of the 87 of Derek Love. So don't know if for Jason Anderson, Derek Love was his hero there, but unfortunate for Anderson. But he gets it back. He'll get it back going if he can get any type of crossing.
He's going to get lapped right here.
Right
here
from
comes
the
Hayward.
leaders. Yep.
Yeah. Hayward coming zooming by. Whitley Lane, Rosero, Lafaro, Rosero? Sounds good to me.
Rosero? Yeah.
Rosero, Lafaro, Spinny, wiggly booty shakes by Stimp.
Whoa. I think the 92 tried to jump down in front of Stippian, and I don't know what happened. I don't even know where the 92 went. I think he disappeared out, and that was a very weird exchange.
Yeah, Anderson has left the server. So that could have been what happened with that one. I'm starting to hear radio chatter of pit stops here on lap 34. We've got some people that are going to start coming in. Here comes the leaders. Here comes the entire front pack. Tire smoke, more tire smoke. There it is,
a big moment. A lot of penalties here. And that is how you mess up a pit stop at Daytona.
Everybody's like, hey, we got this. Oh, we got to slow down now. Whitley gets into the back of Hayward. Lane Doyle kind of drives up to the grass. It looks like we just had some fuel just going on there with some of these guys. No tires.
Wow, and no fast fixes for these guys, so a lot of issues. I wonder if anybody else got a penalty there that I have to serve. We'll have to see. It looks like Hayward and Whitley able to both get off of pit road, but Hayward way out in front of Whitley. Whitley also getting some nose damage there on the entry at pit road. Man, that really all shook out pretty weird there, and now we'll get them back up to speed. I am kind of interested to see if any of these guys get up in there.
So now another round of pit stops will cycle through. Leffler will take the lead now. Busch and Delph are the last three who have not pitted. They all stay out, and they're just zooming on by, bobbing and weaving as they come up through lap traffic. And Leffler over the radio, he's coming in this time. I wouldn't be surprised if Busch and Bradley Delph come in as well, unless someone's going to stay out for bonus point. Oh, crisscross. Leffler had to come down in front of Clifton Ashley in order to get to the pits.
Big moment there. That could have been bad on a lot of parts there, but Leffler able to get across in that 22Q Foundation Camaro ZL1 here, hit pit road, and that'll transition the lead into the hands, I believe, of Hayward once it all cycles through.
Yeah, looking at the 10 of Clifton Ashley now, he's up 7 spots. Oh, big wreck!
Yellow flag is out.
Oh, no.
We just happened to be watching when all that was going down. The 3, the 44, the 27. The 3 of Dylan Zeems involved with that. Looks like he might have, let's see, we'll go back to the Freaky Fast Cartage replay. The 44 got down a little bit. Robbie Darnell. It looks like might have got up underneath him there, Zach.
Yeah, looks like on the entry here, you're going to see the 3 slide up the racetrack a little bit. The 44 is a little bit lower, shorter path into the rear bumper already. Going to cause some issues and not misalignment. And then the 3, tries to save it, but there's the 44 doors him. The 27, a little more contact there, sending him around. So multiple drivers involved here, bringing out yellow during our pit sequences.
Yeah, that's the 27 of David Neese. So our first caution of the evening is on lap 38. As we have 63 laps to go, and caution number 1 with Sim Racing Unleashed and the next gen cars here on Freaky Fast, broadcasting at Daytona International Speedway. You know, one of the things we talked about during the Bonfire Racing League race this morning was the track temperature. Track temperature was, 130, 131 for their race today. Here at Daytona tonight, 77-degree track temperature, 74 degrees with the air temperature. Winds out of the northeast at 13, though. That's blowing straight on their nose down the backstretch.
And that has a huge effect, blowing straight down the nose down the backstretch. That means you're going to be able to get a bigger run down the backstretch because there's just more drag. So in that draft, it will be a bigger run. And then on the front straightaway, it's actually going to be harder to pass because it's actually a tailwind. So it's that you got a little bit less drag for the front car. So definitely that does have a huge factor. I don't think you're going to see anybody hit pit road during the sequence since they all hit pit road already. And yeah, I think these guys will pretty much just be pacing around here. I'm not sure if you want to, Lee, but we could possibly bring up our leader here, and I could have a chat with him.
Gotcha. So Hunter Hayward in the lead at the moment. Since he is not coming in, I'm going to try to find him. There he is. And we're going to bring Hunter up to speak with Zach Hall here in the booth.
Hey, Hunter, it's Zach up in the booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, buddy. Well, out front so far, been looking good. Only probably big moment through this whole entire race was that pit stop sequence there. Now we got a caution to let you get a little bit of a breather there. How was the first sequence, and how sketchy was that pit road entry?
Yeah, that was a heart attack and a half for the pit entry. I didn't expect. I know this next gen car has a lot much better brakes, especially in the road courses. That's what makes it so fun there. But I did a much deeper entry than I would do in a current Cup car, and I just second guessed it and locked it up on entry. Whitley got into me going on pit road. Thank God neither of us got a penalty, but yeah, that was pretty sketchy. My right front was at 350 degrees when I entered the stall, so they got to change those out. But yeah, not too crazy of a race so far. I mean, it's single file, but that's usually how Daytona goes for the first couple of laps or most of the race. But yeah, we got a really good car today, and hopefully we can get a top 3 today.
It'll be fun to see that play out, buddy. Coming down to the end here, what's going to be the game plan? You want to stay out front, or you think it's going to be hard to hold these guys off out front?
Well, in this package, it's kind of like the current Cup package we have right now in restricted plate tracks. It's really easy to build runs, so I would hope to be within the first 3 drivers, probably not the leader because the leader's a sitting duck, but just somewhere in the first 5 to be able to, it's just to get a run on the leader and try to get the pass for the win. So it'll be an interesting finish. I got a lot of teammates up front and some drafting partners, so it'll be a fun finish for you guys to commentate on.
Well, we hope so, buddy. Best of luck to you, Hunter. Go out there, have fun, buddy, and hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end of this thing.
Sure.
And that's the 21 of Hunter Hayward, our race leader at the moment. We are caution number 1 here on lap number 40. 61 laps to go. Next gen action in season 10 of SRU, Sim Racing Unleashed, here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Thank you to everyone joining us on YouTube. As usual, Robert Moyer, our producer, making a beautiful broadcast this evening. If only our commentary could match the elegance of his broadcast, we might actually be put on iRacing, but because we're not professionals, no, they pass on us.
It's on our shoulders. We got to do better, Lee.
I still think I'm better than Landon Castle. I don't care. I'll throw out that challenge right now.
Go on Twitter, tell Landon. Everybody tell Lee Tidwell wants some.
I'll show him how to call a race. So the pace car comes off, and Hunter Hayward will lead them down to the line. Whitley on the high side. Rosero and Hartwell, the second row. Stimpy and Leffler, Bush, Love, Logan Ashley will round out your top 10, and we bring it through the tri-oval and back way under green here with Sim Racing Unleashed. Hayward's going to bring it down into turn number 1. As I said, he's got Whitley on the high side of him. Right behind him is going to be the 23. That's going to be Rosero. Rosero now pushing Hayward. Look at that bump draft. But then the 25 of Hartwell was trying to bump draft Whitley. Whitley drops down. Now here comes Stimpy into the inside, sliding up into 4th position. But man, Rosero and Hayward working in tandem right now.
Lights are on and the pushes have come alive. And look at that, the 23 all over the back bumper, like you said, they're almost in tandem. Here comes the 77 of Whitley now, as he's got a big run down through the tribal. It's starting to single file out from about 10th place on back. But I tell you what, the pushes are getting stronger. And Hayward said, we just talked to him, he feels like the leader out front's going to be a sitting duck. At the moment, he is that sitting duck. We'll have to see, because 42 laps in, the aggression level has definitely picked up after that caution.
Cedric Hunter joining us on YouTube in the chat. What's up, Mr. Hello Kitty?
We'd love to have you out on track, but unfortunately, he is not able to make it rain. Just did time out for him perfectly. But thank you for tuning in out there, buddy, and seeing what these next-gen cars can produce as we're looking into the future here, Lee. This is the coolest part about this for me. We are looking into the future right here.
Riding along with the 23 of Rosero, who is in second position. You see him following Hunter Hayward right now. Right behind him is Mark Whitley. We have single filed all the way through the 13th position at the moment, and starting to ride that train.
Look at that damage here. Looking at the back bumper cam. That's the damage that Whitley suffered on the interior pit road to the rear bumper of Hunter Hayward. Personally, oh yeah, there's some big checkups there. If I'm Hayward, I'm more happy that I got that to the rear end of my car than having that front end damage that Whitley has there. But these cars are definitely interesting. I would like to know how much these cars are going to affect with the damage to that front nose, because these cars do not have a sealed splitter. If you can see on the very front of these cars, the splitters do not seal to the ground. They only seal on the corner edges, and that's what we call a step splitter. And that's going to literally pretty much just give you air that flows under the car at all times. So now damaging that splitter is no longer going to be as crucial as the effect, I think.
So Hayward, Rosero, Whitley, Stempien, and Busch, your top five. Now who dropped to the high side? Rosero. He goes up high. Logan trying to keep him up there now. Logan's going to slide into sixth position. Now Love's going to slide into sixth. But what happened to Rosero?
Looks like he got shuffled out somewhere. I'm about to check out exactly what happened there, Lee. Looks like going down the back straightaway, Whitley made a move to go high. Rosero jumped up high to block the move. Whitley cuts back left, and then Hayward actually dropped back left too. That leaves Rosario out to dry, and man, not a great moment for him, as he's going to drop all the way back.
So as we drive it through 3 and 4, Whitley moves up to second. Stemp will be in third. Dave Busch in fourth. Rodrigo Loga up into fifth position. Then you've got Derek Love, Aaron Bradford, Brandon Hartwell, Brad Delph, Stephen Leffler will round out your top 10. Nice run for Leffler.
Yeah, Leffler's that caution really helped him. It put him back in a position now to be up in this front pack, where he was leading that second pack and not really had the help to get back up there. Now he's in position he could possibly get the finish he deserves. And that's a guy, this is a dark horse for the championship, people. This 72, I've seen this guy. He has shown a lot of pace before. It's just going to have to come down to, can he have the right luck and right racecraft to do it? But look at the run from the 23 and looks like the 20 there, yeah, of Luke Lafario and Michael there in the 23. They really went forward there, as this pack still racing, but as you can see, it's stalled out now.
Yeah, two rookies, and they've been trying to work together and working that high line multiple times so far this race, and now having to dive back down, as you said, just kind of hit that brick wall of air as we bring it out of 2 with 54 to go. Hayward will continue to leave. Whitley, Stempien, Busch, and Loga. Loga's going to get a little bump there from the 87 of Love. Going into 3. So all the way back to Leffler in 12th position. We are single file up front. And then we've got that second group, who's going to be, let me see here, Lane Doyle, Josh Jones, Clifton Ashley, James Small is in that, Todd Neese, Dotson, Yarrow. Looks like it might be all the way back to David Neese, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. Nice little pack here, formulated up. And we got 27 people out there right now on YouTube just looking at that lead. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Make sure if you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up button to let us know that you love us, please. We love out here. And if you haven't, hit that subscribe button. We got more people watching us that are subscribed than are subscribed. So if we can change that around, we would love that here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. So, make our night and subscribe here so you can be notified when we go live here every Sunday, not to miss out on these guys racing the future here on the racetrack live in 1080p here in Freaky Fast Broadcasting.
The future is now. The Sim Racing Unleashed. Lap 49 of 100. We are almost at the halfway point from Daytona, the season 10 opener for Sim Racing Unleashed. Looking now at the 78 of Rodrigo, who is riding in the 5th position. Loga behind Busch, Stempien, Whitley, and Hayward. Nice run for Loga. He's up 1 spot from his start, but he had fallen back. Dave Busch with a heck of a run. He's up 17 spots. Aaron Bradford in that number 8 up 23 spots from his start.
Yeah, that caution we had was so helpful for a few of these drivers out here to get into the right position. Now, like Dave Busch, Rodrigo Loga, Derek Love, Aaron Bradford, Steven Leffler. Those were drivers that really were not in that front pack. And we're separated by about 7 seconds. That caution has now brought them up to this front pack, and now they have a chance to race for a win. And everybody out there, this is the start of season 10 out here in chat. I want everybody out there to let me know who you got, who are you picking for the championship for this season, and just let us know, because it would be great to go back and see what people said, to start the season and see where it ends at. So everybody out there in chat, let us know.
Who's your pick? As we're right at halfway through race number 1 of season 10. Who wins the championship in the interview?
Man, with the new car, this is going to be such an interesting season. We don't know what to expect. The driver I'm going to pick, I don't believe he's had a championship yet here at SRU, but I'm going to go with the 25 of Brandon Hartwell. I've seen the guy have such good pace multiple different times through our broadcasting here at SRU. And if he can bring that to this car, I think Hartwell will be one to compete with coming down to the very end. But you can't also forget about Whitley, our defending series champion, and then also Hayward out front leading the champion before that. So lots of different competitors out here, but I'm going to go with that 25. I think he's going to be my favorite this season.
My heart wants to say Logan, because that's my guy. You know this. He's been my guy since we started calling Sim Racing Unleashed. But I think this is the breakout year. I think this is the year that the 81 of Steven Stempien wins the championship.
I think that would be the feel-good story of the year for sure. Is he brought in his newborn child this year too also, so that is a great start in the family, and he kick it off with a series championship here in the new car. That'd be a heck of a way for 2021 to start off with.
So I'm not sure if Robert was live where everyone could hear him, but he's going with Michael Yarrow as his first race pick for championship contention. And of course, Kayla knew that I was her favorite for a reason. That's right, Miss Potter. I am your favorite, and that is the reason, is because I know how good Steve is.
I can't pick Steve. Me and Steven are too good of friends. I can't pick. You can't. It's just. I got to pick on him, If I pick Steven, he'll do bad, so it's probably good I did.
Well, I hope I'm not jinxing it now, but, Kayla's talking in chat, and Stimp hadn't wrecked yet, so maybe that curse is broken.
Hey, that Fernand's a little bent up, so he's already made it through something. He's out there tough like a warrior tonight. Let's see what he can do, as I believe he was also out at the ballpark today, too, so he had a good little day here on Sunday. And he's out here at Daytona now in the next gen car, so that's a heck of a day for Steve.
Mr. Step said he taught him well. Steven's dad, he's on YouTube, along with Kayla, of course. I'd like to thank everyone for watching us on YouTube on the Season 10 opener of Sim Racing Unleashed. Is the 14 of Bradley Delph back there in that 11th position. was sniffing to the high side, looking to maybe make something work there, but nothing going on. Let's drop back to that second group, which is going to be led by, I believe, the 32 of Lane Doyle. Then you got Josh Jones, Clifton Ashley, Todd Neese, Jeff Dotson, Yarrow, who is Robert's pick, early favorite for Robert Moyer. Then you've got the 12 of Kevin Roy and James Bryan in that 52, and that will round out your second. Nope, take that back. Then you've got the 6 in the Chick-fil-A car of Kerry Chim. It says 61, but Kerry Chim's actually the 017 on the scoring pylon. Only because he's got Chick-fil-A car will I allow that to go this week.
I would love to have a chicken sandwich right now. That would actually be pretty amazing. So if we can get one of those,
completely wrong.
Please, Karen.
I'm completely wrong. The 61 is actually James Small.
Oh.
Why didn't y'all tell me I was stupid?
Well, you confused me. You tricked me. How'd you do that?
I don't know, man. You know, I'm good at confusing people here and there.
You're convincing, man. So you can convince people to do something bad. Let's just say that, and they would think it's completely right.
I have convinced lots of people to do lots of things that they never intended on doing because of the implications.
Oh, man. I can only imagine, my friend. So, what a night it's been. But, you know, one thing I was looking at as we're still out here, single file around Daytona, just making laps at the moment still. I looked here. We're at 870 subscribers, Lee. I want to hit 900 by the end of this month. We can do this on YouTube. Everybody out there, make sure, like I said earlier, hit that subscribe button, please. Because we're trying to get to that 900 mark. That would be a great mark. And then possibly to that 1,000 by the end of the year. Trying to do big things here on YouTube.
Yeah, so Kayla, since you're not YouTube savvy, get Stemp to show you how to subscribe.
Right.
And
that thumbs up button.
Yeah, the thumbs up button. Hunter Hayward continues to lead. We're looking at the 76 of Josh Jones. Jones is running in the 14th position right behind Lane Doyle. And this is in that second group of cars. They've settled it down, but they're still bobbing and weaving. They're not going to catch that front group unless they get in that straight line and stay that way. But you're seeing them slide up a lane, down a lane. They're really not nose to tail the way they need to be to utilize that draft. And especially when you've got the front group of 12 cars pretty much nose to tail, you've got to compensate for that.
Yeah, they gotta be able to run them down, and that, like you said, Lee, it's they gotta do a better job of just keeping their speed up. Right now, led by Lane Doyle with Josh Jones there. You know, they got the numbers. They literally have 8. You know, yeah, I believe that is 9 cars. Yeah, 9 cars. So they have a good group of cars there. You know, only 12 cars up front. They should be able to do this, but right now, 4.8 seconds back, it's going to be tough to do, especially with the leaders out front running 2/10 quicker.
Absolutely. As Stippian gives a little push there to Whitley going down the backstretch. Behind him, Dave Bush just kind of chilling along with Loga. And then you've got Derek Love, Rosero, LaFaro, Hartwell, Brad Delph, this whole front group. Now the 23 trying to make some move. That's Rosero. He goes to the high side and starting to try to make that outside lane work. And once again, the 20 of Luke LaFaro comes with him, but they're going to start falling back. Delph now to the inside of him. Here comes Leffler as well. And they're going to move on back behind Leffler and drop back to 11th and 12th position. Bradford also able to make that pass. So the 23 and 20 trying to make some things work here. Just nothing going at the moment.
Yeah, what it's going to take here, guys, is it's really going to take for someone in that third position really on up to make a move. It's going to take like a Mark Whitley. It's going to take a Steven Stippian to jump out to really slow this whole pack down and slow up our leader. With Hayward being able to, you know, run around here wide open and have these other guys run around here behind them wide open, they're just going to be going really fast. When you get side by side like these guys are here, it's going to slow you down, and that draft or that preferred bottom groove is always going to be the best way around in that draft. And I can say one thing: like you said, the 20 and the 23 making moves. Those are going to be the first ones to make the move at the end of this race. I guarantee that, as they've been trying to go forward this whole time.
But look how much they have already fallen backwards. Almost half a second now between them and Leffler. As when they start moving around like that, there's not a lot of places to go, and you lose the sniff of that draft, and everybody's going to take off and leave you. Now they've caught back up and pulling up the Leffler, but every time you go to the outside, if you don't have help, if you don't have that momentum, if you don't have someone step out with you, it's just two of you, you're going to fall back to the back of that pack, and that's exactly what happened to Rosero and LaFaro.
Yeah, now we're starting to get to the point where the pit window should open up again here, like I said, on lap 66. So I believe we'll see stops around lap 70. I imagine most of these guys will be stopping for that final stop of the race. And from there, we should start to see them start to make a little action. You know, this is just the way this package is. You know, it's harder to make moves, so you're less willing to give up, you know, big chunks of, you know, willing to risk for a big chunk of gain. You can lose a lot. So it's just, a lot of guys don't take that risk with this package as much. And you got to make something happen up front if you're going to really get anything done.
I think I just blinked out. Everybody disappeared. And I'm like, where'd they go?
Oh, no. Did you come back?
Yeah, they finally came back with clouds of smoke everywhere. I didn't know what was going on for a moment. Looking at the 72 of Leffler now. Leffler in 9th position, down 1. He is still in that front group that we have of about 12 cars. Aaron Bradford will be the last car there in the front group. And then you'll have Lane Doyle in the 32 leading our second group. Doyle is going to be, let's see here, the 32. He's going to be 5 seconds behind Bradford. So the second group not making up any time whatsoever.
Yeah, they're just continually losing time. And shout out to Aaron Bradford there. You know, you're talking about him in that 12th spot in that last car in the pack. But 30th to 12th lead, biggest mover of our entire race.
Yeah, huge move there for Bradford. So Kali on Facebook, we don't talk about them no more. On YouTube, says that they changed the draft package for these things. It seems that they definitely didn't draft like this when you guys tested them.
Well, I know they're a little different than the current Cup Car package. I've done testing in them a little bit, and they do drive differently. It seems like they do push a little bit better. And, well, not even push better, but the runs you generate are bigger from what I've seen. But from what we're seeing right now, I think the reason we're seeing this type of racing is just nobody's taking a chance in front of them. Like I said, with this package to work, for passing the work, you got to have the drivers up front making the moves to slow down the entire pack. That's when you get the gigantic runs and gigantic energy forming in the packs.
The 14 of Delph thought about something on the high side. Nobody came along with him, so he will be shuffled all the way back behind Bradford and fall into the 12th position.
Yeah, and this pack's pretty much they're just doing, you know, try to go forward, see if you can. If you can't, just drop back, hang on from here. Because, like I said, here's lap 66. They're going to be completing this next time by. This will be right in the pit window to make it to the end. So these drivers all going to be able to make it to the end here on this one final stop. And then from there, Lee, it's going to be some action. And that pit stop is going to be critical. You could see this pack of 12 be separated up into a pack of 6 by the end of those pit stops.
Yeah, and when they come in, it's going to be interesting because we are on lap 66 now, 35 to go. The window is open. You said you expect them at around 70?
Yeah, I would think most guys would probably take it to 70 here to make it 30 to go. You know, you stretch it as far as you can here because they do have 3 green light checkered attempts. You know, if you get a caution here late and you have 3 attempts, you do want to have some extra fuel in that tank. Yeah, the cautions will help, but 3 attempts is a lot of extra mileage. So I think these guys will try to stretch it as far as they can here, and I believe they should be able to possibly go to 75, I'd imagine, if these cars are getting similar fuel mileage to what we had before. And like I said, 70 would be where the number I'm looking for, but we'll see. Any time here, Bradford, big moment.
Yeah, Aaron Bradford got a little loose there. Able to save it. It's a nice move there by the 8 of Bradford. Stays. He's good. He might have lost the draft there.
Yeah, he is otherwise known as done for. He is 10 mile an hour slower and only dropping back further and further. That number 8 has drove 30th to 12th. Well, it looks like he'll be dropping back to Josh Jones. His biggest hope now is he's gonna have to hope that these guys pit and he can enter pit road close enough to be able to get back up here. But if they don't pit this lap, he'll be in trouble.
And it don't look like they're going to. And that's the thing too, is especially with no yellow, if we look at green flag pit stops, how that's going to shake out. We had a few close calls and a few kissy kisses coming into pit road on the first attempt.
Dude, it's so hard. You heard Hunter say, these cars got better brakes and we can go farther than the previous Cup car. But that's where you start putting yourself and digging yourself almost a hole, because you're literally, you're hoping the Cup car will stop. It's going to stop better, but you got to be careful here. Mistakes at this point of the race, you're not going to make it back up by yourself. This is a drafting track, and mistakes like that will end your night.
Across the line, it'll be lap number 70. And Hunter Hayward just came over the radio and said he's pitting this time around. So let's see how many of this front group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars. See how many of them actually come in and pit.
That's a good way to put it here. It might have a little mini pit party here, hopefully. We'll see.
Little mini pit party indeed as we come through 3 and 4. Hayward has already said he was going to come in and pit. And it looks like a lot of them are going to follow. A few stay out. Tires smoking, trying to slow down before that line. Much better pit entry that time for the group. Derek, Love, and Leffler stayed out.
Yeah, they're going to need a pit next time by with those two out there by themselves. See what type of pit stop these drivers are make. Looks like they're jacking up that left side. Wow, that's interesting. So taking left side tires only here and fuel as these drivers will exit off of pit road. Hunter Hayward, your leader. Mark Whitley, second coming off of pit road. Michael Rosario, he comes out third. So what a pit stop for him. Remember how aggressive he is. He's going to be in a good spot for this race.
So Leffler's still out, and Love, who's 1-2. Josh Jones is still out. Todd Neese, Jeff Dotson, Yarrow, Aaron Bradford stay out. Kevin Roy, James Bryan, Lane Doyle, Jason Adams has moved up to 11th position in that number 24. And you've got David Neese, Robert Cheswick, Dylan Zelms, and then back to Hunter Hayward in 15th position, who should cycle into the lead once we get these pit stops out of the way.
Yeah, and, with Derek Love and Steven Leffler still out front, you got the second pack out there. Leffler and Love need to pit. I mean, they are personally wasting critical time here and running much slower times than the bigger packs.
It's going to be interesting to see what that strategy is once they do come in. The difference between the 72 to the 76 is about 7 seconds at the moment.
Yeah, looking at lap times, 2/10 quicker for that bigger pack here, looking at to our leaders. And the big thing that I'm thinking about is, how much slower are they compared to Hunter Hayward? We'll see how fast they're running, because that's who they're really racing with up front. 46.40 for Hayward to our leaders, 46.70. So, yeah, 0.3 of a second faster for those drivers out there on the newer tires. And the big thing is, does Leffler and Love, do they try to stretch it far here and take a splash of fuel only? I don't know. That's the question we're going to have to see. Maybe that's the strategy call for them, but they're starting to get in a little bit of lap traffic here with Rodrigo Loga, Bradley Delph, and I believe the 10 of Clifton Ashley.
Yeah, so lots of guys coming in to the pits this time around. And Leffler just came over the radio. He is pitting this time around as well. So we'll see how that is going to shake up. Whew. Man, it's so difficult in any vehicle to come off of 4 with that much speed, have to pull it down hard left to enter pit road and then be on the brakes and come down to that pit road speed limit without getting hit with a penalty.
Oh, it is one of the toughest things to do. I mean, and oh wow, look at that! Look how close Leffler is, almost slide through his box, gets that thing stopped. It's so tough, Lee. It's really really tough to be on there, and you got to do it quick too, because this is critical. You lose the draft here, you're all done. And these drivers are now pulling off exit and pit road now, but Hunter Hayward, Michael Whitley, Michael Rosario, and Steven Stippian all going by as they're just getting up to speed. That is the difference right there.
So it looks like it's going to be around a 4-person race at the moment. Hunter Hayward now retakes the lead in that number 21. Then you've got Whitley, Rosario, Stippian, and then back behind Stimp, Kerry Chim, who is a lap down. Cheswick's a lap down. Leffler is 5.5 seconds behind this pack.
Yeah, and that if he just pitted with them, that's my thinking there. I just I understand stretching it now. He's got a little extra fuel if they do get a green white checkers that stretch this race out. But with 25 to go, I mean, we've already seen these guys almost stretch the fuel 35 laps. I mean, the green white checkers should not take it more than 10 extra laps. So I think that was kind of a little bit too much. But we'll have to see if they can do something about it, as this front 4 out here are running very good lap times right now. 45.83. That is very, very quick.
So entering 3, Hayward, Whitley, Rosario. We're going to figure that one out.
Yeah, that's
and
right. We
Stippian. Your top 4 running nose to tail down the tri-oval across the start-finish line. It will be 24 laps to go here at Daytona with Sim Racing Unleashed. And we've got cars all over the place now.
Yeah, it's spread out. I mean, we're gonna be at Daytona Road here in 2 weeks. This is kind of what you're gonna see at Daytona Road. The not as close to packs like this right here, but you're gonna see it pretty spread out throughout this race. Excited for that one still, but 24 to go here at the Daytona International Speedway. Hunter Hayward holding off our defending series champion. But I tell you what, that rookie of Michael and that 23, he is all over the back bumper. But the one thing I will say, Hunter Hayward does have a teammate in Steven Stippian. So do those two work together? What does Mark Whitley and the 23 do? Do they team up together? We'll have to see.
We got a nice little group back here with the 10 of Clifton Ashley, the 14 of Bradley Delph, Loga, Dotson, Yarrow, Lane, and Josh Jones. And then also Todd Neese is back there as well. That group has been running pretty much nose to tail until this last lap across the line when Jones was like, hey, I'm going to mess all that up, make Lee look like an idiot. But they've been putting down quicker times in the front group.
Yeah, that bigger pack is definitely starting to roll with it now. They got a long way to go, though. That's the only issue with 23 to go. Upwards of 11 seconds is that gap. I don't know. The only problem is also Leffler. The 72, he's in between them. He's got a little group of cars there with him. But big moment.
Was that Bush?
Oh, it is Dave Bush. Oh, and he's come back on the racetrack.
Careful, Bush. Dave Bush got pushed. Haha, that rhymed. And he got loose as a goose. I'm Dr. Seuss today. Went down lawn mowed a little bit, came up onto the track. He comes back in 17th position. A huge moment there for Dave Bush.
Oh, what a loss for Dave Bush there. Great save by him, though. Get a little push from Luke LaFaro. And, Dave Bush, what a save, but that's going to ruin his race after what a race he's drove to the field doing.
It absolutely will. As that big group that he was in, they are starting to spread out a bit here with 21 to go. No longer nose to tail for those guys. Is everyone trying to make a run, and that's going to be your battle for your to finish out the top 10 if the race ended now, as we have Clifton Ashley in 9th position, Bradley Delph in 10th, Loga in 11th, and they're the front three in that pack. Then Lane Doyle, Josh Jones, Todd Neese, Dotson, and Yarrow.
Yeah, this is getting to almost 20 to go now. They've got some lap cars in that lead pack up front too. Man, it's got to start to dice up here in a little bit. You know, right now it's the single file definitely, and Hayward licking his chops being out front there. But at some point, somebody will make a move, and there will be some type of change for some position. I believe it will happen here in this final 20 laps. It's just going to take something from somebody up front.
Jason Adams and James Small will join the convoy here for the front four and suck up to that draft. Smart move by them. Also helps out this front group too, because they got, you know, more cars in the draft.
Numbers are always nice to have here as you're looking at this front pack. They are a pretty nice little pack now. 6 cars with 2 lap cars involved here also, with looks like Jason Adams and I believe that's James Small. Yes, in the 61. So yeah, it's a nice little pack here, but doesn't look like anything's gonna catch them from behind. They're gonna have to battle it out down here at the end. But 19 to go. I don't expect nothing to start happening till probably 8 to go.
Do you think that soon? I was thinking more along the 5 mark.
Yeah, it'll probably be a while, actually. They're going to wait. They're going to definitely wait. It's
I've made that move with 8 to 10 to go, and then you're like, ha, look at me. And then with 2 to go, you're like, oh, there they go.
Yeah, exactly. That is the thing. It's all about timing. Hayward, we talked in his interview. He said he didn't want to be out front. He felt like a sitting duck. I kind of like being out front. I haven't really drove too many laps, like I said, in this car out front here. So I don't really know if it's similar to the Cup car with the way you can control the lead is good with it. But, man, I'm telling you, you can be very confident out front and control that pack and control the run behind you if you're just paying attention. We'll see if Hayward is strong enough to do that, but we know the series champion Mark Whitley, he is one tough cookie to beat, and he's in position to pounce whenever he wants.
Hayward, Whitley, Lazaro, and Stipien, your top 4. Leffler will bring up the second group in 5th position. It's going to be Leffler, LaFaro, Hartwell, and then you go back from there along with the 87 of Derek Love. That's the big group right now.
Yeah, there's
led by the 20 of LaFaro, Hartwell, Love. Then you've got the 10 of Ashley, Brad Delph. Rodrigo Loga is riding in the 11th position at the moment.
With 16 to go here, side by side here in this pack, a little bit of action going on here. These drivers still trying to catch their way up. That's looking at that leader, Luke LaFaro, in that pack. That is 14 seconds back, and they're catching Steven Leffler in that 5th position. He's got some lap cars with him, about 4 cars in that pack. So they'll catch that pack and form into an even bigger pack. But like I said, with 16 to go, not enough time to make up a 15-second gap.
No, so right now it's just the front group's race to run, as they have about a half a. Let me see, we're at a 2.5 miles. They're about a mile and a quarter difference between the front group and then back here with LaFaro, Hartwell, Love, and that whole group.
Oh, and I just seen we did get a subscriber. We got one. We hit 871. So thank you to that one person who out there subscribed. You're much appreciated.
So if you haven't clicked subscribe yet, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel here for Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Click that bell for notifications for every time we go live, be it with Sim Racing Unleashed, be it Sunday mornings with the Bonfire Racing League, Saturday nights with the NAISCC Cup, all throughout the week with multiple leagues that I am not a part of. Zach, who are they?
The Underdog Racing League on Wednesday nights, and every Tuesday nights we have the Evolution Racing League. And then on Monday nights, I'm drawing a blank because I don't do Monday nights. Below the yellow line. There we go. Thank you, Robert. He's here every night, so he knows the facts, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, the man behind the curtain, the one that makes Freaky Fast look so spectacular there on YouTube, Mr. Robert A. Moyer. We have 14 laps to go here on race number 1 of season 10 with Sim Racing Unleashed. Hunter Hayward continues to lead. Whitley in second. Rosero third. Stipien fourth. Leffler, you're looking at on your screen now, in 5th position. Leffler is more than 6 seconds behind that lead group. And then now LaFaro is only a second behind Leffler. That group is about caught up with him.
Yeah, they've got within distance. Now they're definitely getting the draft from that smaller group ahead. So they should close that down pretty quickly. Leffler, I'll tell you what, he probably said, you know, I feel like a pretty good position here running in 5th. But my thing is, he could go from 5th all the way back to the 16th position here, Lee. So you got to be careful because there's a lot of cars in this pack that's coming up on you right here about to make a move.
And here they go to the high side. They got a lap car up there as well. Right to the backside of Leffler. It's Kerry Chim that's all up in the way. Everybody comes flying on by. Leffler will maintain 5th position. But now you've got LaFaro right behind him along with Brandon Hartwell as they come into 1. It is 12 laps to go now, and we got a bit of a race for 5th position. And also got Cheswick kind of stuck in there. The 87 of Derek Love now to the high side, along with the 10 of Clifton Ashley.
A lot of moves being made here, trying to get back down to that bottom, get the lap cars out of the way so they can battle for their positions. Right now, Leffler, he made the right move to block that high lane to get in front of that
so tight. The 87 is loose as all get out. That's Love.
Oh.
Love out of 4. Man, he was right up next to Clifton Ashley. You've got Logan down there. You've got the Josh Jones trying to make a move on Logan on the high side. Hartwell, we're looking 2 wide, 3 deep going into 1. And the 6 of Robert Cheswick is just like, hey guys, I'm not trying to do anything here. I'm just driving. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, these guys are side drafting so heavy on each other that they've let Leffler, LaFaro, and Hartwell just straight drive away from him as they're all side by side drafting.
Cheswick finally gets up to the high side and allows everyone to go up underneath him. And as you said, Leffler is kind of pulled away. Does got LaFaro right behind him. But then Brandon Hartwell is going to be back a few seconds. And now with 10 to go, I'm not sure they're going to have enough time to catch back up with him.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard thing to do. They'll have the draft and more cars, so they should be able to. I mean, when they get there, they could have a head of steam, so it could work out pretty well for them drivers. Just matter how that 3 ahead can push. But, man, up front, what I'm starting to see is Whitley starting to take a few more looks on the 21 of Hayward and also this 23. A few times I noticed he was really backing himself up, timing runs and trying stuff down here at the end. He could be the first one to try something, I think. We've seen him be aggressive all night, trying to go to the outside, make something happen. And now is going to be the time. Don't know if he'll have the friends to follow. That's what we'll have to see if it does.
Whitley pulling up to the back of Hunter Hayward. Is he going to give him a bump or is he going to try to do something? A little bumpy there. Then you've got the 23 of Rosero. We'll figure it out. And then Stipien in 4th position coming out of 4. It'll be 8 to go and we cross the line. Stimp was a little low there. I think he's hanging back, just kind of seeing what's going on.
Yeah, because the thing that's going to probably happen is you're going to see Whitley. He's going to jump out, get to the outside of Hayward. He's going to side draft super hard on that 21, which in turn is going to slow him down. Does the 23 go with Whitley? Does he go with Hayward? That's where Stimp's going to have to make his decision from, because when those two out front slow each other down, the third and fourth and fifth place cars are going to have such big runs. And when you get the run with this package, you got to use your momentum. You can't waste it. We'll see if he can time it well. But that nose damage, we'll see if that has an effect too on both Whitley and Stimpy.
Out of 4, it's going to be 7 to go, and we cross the line. Hayward, Whitley, Rosero, and Stipien, your top 4. Then they've got a couple of lap cars along with them. In 5th position, Steven Leffler, and Leffler is still setting back over 13 seconds behind the leaders. But man, everybody is caught up to Leffler.
Yeah, they're all there now. As like I said, that bigger pack of cars should be able to catch up, but they weren't able to use that head of steam to get around. Leffler still leading this pack with 7 to go. He's in a good position still to finish in that 5th spot unless they all gang up on him. But I tell you what, if they do gang up on you, you could possibly drop all the way back to the 15th position. Like I said, this is a lot of possible movement that could still happen here in the top 10.
So Leffler taking it out of 4, LaFaro behind him, then Hartwell, Love, Delph, Loga, and Ashley will be through spot number 11, the 25 up high. That's Hartwell. He's gotten shuffled out. And see what happens so quick.
Yeah, and it like I said, it happens so quick. Nothing really you can do about it if nobody goes with you. You can try to side draft everybody's door, slow down, but a lot of times it's just going to slow yourself down and not let you get into the hole that you need to. And luckily, he was able to slide into somewhat of a hole.
6 to go. Let's go back to the front, and Hunter Hayward in the number 21. They cross the start-finish line, make it 5 to go now. Hayward in 1st, Whitley 2nd, Rosero 3rd, Stipien in 4th, through 1 and 2. Those guys are keeping it nose to tail. Let's bounce back to the 72 of Leffler across the start-finish line. LaFaro behind him, then Love, Delph, Loga, and Ashley. That group nose to tail with 5 to go.
Almost like we got 2 different little races going on here.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with all of it, and it's very, very hard.
Don't worry, buddy. I will make sure if anything happens up front, I will let us know. But yeah, Leffler right now holding on to that position. But I tell you what, Luke is all over the back bumper. Where is he going to go? Because you know he's going to have to make the move as Hayward crosses the line now. 4 to go. Nothing happening yet out front. Same thing here in this pack. So, oh, big wreck.
And that's going to bring out a caution. The 32 involved in that. That's the 32 of Lane. Doyle's involved. 3 cars. As we go take back the Freaky Fast karting replay. Let's see what's going on here. You've got Doyle and Jones into each other. Then they tap the 25 of Hartwell, who goes right round, baby, right round. Spins it through and then gets T-boned. But I believe that's the 10, isn't it? Oh, that's the 95. That's Yarrow.
Big moment off 4. Big moment, and that's going to bring all this back to yellow. And now Hunter Hayward going to have to survive through a restart. I think he liked his chances better before. Now going to be in a restart position. This is the most nerve-wracking time as a racing driver, having to start from the lead.
So Hunter Hayward, Mark Whitley, Michael Rosario, Steven Stipien, Steven Leffler, your top 5. This actually benefits Leffler more than almost anyone. Brings him back up, connected to that front 4.
Man, this gives a lot of different chances. Everybody, This will most likely be a green white checkered, I believe, and with that, we're not gonna really get up the speed too quickly. So with this package, if you start side drafting before you get up the speed, we're gonna see some people getting really slow here, and we could have some more contact because, like I said, the more bunched up, more side by side they are, the slower they're gonna go, the bigger the runs are gonna be from behind.
So we will go green, white, checkered when we get back underway. We are under caution. It is only our second caution of the evening. And it just so happened to be right there at the end to bring out the most exciting 2 laps of auto sports, the green, white, checkered finish here at Daytona International Speedway with Sim Racing Unleashed.
And what a better way, season opener. Let's kick it off with a season opener with overtime. So just put things more on the line. First win in the next gen car, first win of season 10. What a way to start off your season it would be. Let's see who can do it. But man, these two out front, 2 past series champions. Then we have a rookie in third. Your season favorite there, Lee and Steven Stimpian. And Steven Leffler, another dark horse I believe we should watch out for this season.
Then you've got LaFaro, Derek Love, another rookie, Brad Delph, Rodrigo Loga, and Clifton Ashley rounding out your top 10. What's up with Rosero? He's driving on the apron.
Yeah, that could possibly, you drive down there because sometimes you save some fuel down there, and he could have possibly underfueled under that pit stop. I don't, that's the question. You're saving a little bit of fuel down there, but it's definitely interesting he's running down there. I don't think we'll have an issue with fuel here on this green white checker, but like I said, if we get 3, they could have some type of issue possibly for the guys who pitted early.
So let's double them up and get ready to have a Mr. Toad's wild ride here on the finish. With Sim Racing Unleashed, we're going to double file it up. Whitley and Hayward on the front row. Stimpian and Rosero on the second. LaFaro and Leffler on the third. Love and Delph on the fourth. Loga and Ashley will be in row number 5. And Rosero keeps riding on that apron. I don't know if he's saving or if he is almost out.
I mean, hop in his cockpit.
That's what I'm about to do.
He is. He did clutch it for a second, then. Yeah, no, he's cutting the car off and shutting the car off back on. Yeah. It's just these cars sound different in idle conditions. But yeah, he's definitely shutting the car off and letting it go around the straight track.
Yeah, I wish the dash showed us what they could see so we could see how much fuel pressure he actually got.
Well, you better hope that thing's nice and ready to go for this green white checker, because we are here ready at Freaky Fast Broadcast. Oh, man. That was a bumpy ride there back onto the apron for Rosario. And, man, season opener, Lee. This is the future, and the future's about to become now. As tonight we begin season 10.
Pace car will come off, and here we go. Hunter Hayward will take the green flags. The cameras start flashing as Whitley and Hayward will race it down the front stretch. Behind them, Stimpian and Rosero as we head into 1. Hayward on the low side, Whitley on the high side. Oh, there's a wreck. Yeah, back behind him.
Giant wreck. And I'm telling you what, the runs these guys are getting are humongous. We could see another one for another green white checker, but we'll have to see what happens here if we do have the replay possible. We'll see.
So about to go back to the Freaky Fast Carnage replay. It looks like the 8 got spun. The 8 was definitely involved. That's Aaron Bradford. Yeah, so Bradford gets tapped there. By Nice, I believe it was.
Yeah, and or actually, that was James Bryan actually in the 52.
Okay.
Last season rookie of the year. He
All right.
it looked like from Mealy, it looked like the 8 was clear for a few moments there before the entry of the corner, and right before the corner entry he had the 8 turned down, and that's right where the distance is going to be different from the top to the bottom, the shorter distance down there. It just made that gap close. 52 was there, 8 did not pull back up, and you see the instant there to bring out this next yellow. And I tell you what, if Michael was worried about fuel before, he's definitely going to be worried about this next one.
Yeah, I'm jumping back in his cockpit right now just to kind of see. I don't know if he's fluttering the gas or if he is sputtering.
I think he's good. I think it was just his throttle, but it definitely it had a weird sound to it. I will admit to that. Still getting used to these cars though. So
Yeah, first time you ever drive these cars and you get it, you're inside of it, you go and you're like, this sounds so different but so cool at the same time.
yeah, exactly. It really is a amazing thing. And you see he's in 5th gear. So got 5 gears now. Hey, Category 5 esports guy here. I like the number 5, so I can't hate.
So Hayward, Whitley, Rosero, Stympian, Leffler, your top 5. LaFaro, Love, Loga up to 8th. Delphin 9th. Clifton Ashley will be in 10th position. We'll have another go at it for a green-white checker with Sim Racing Unleashed at Daytona International Speedway. Caution number 3.
Well, Hayward is dominated this race technically. He's out front. He's got last year's series champion behind him. Man, he's in a tough spot here. We've seen right there, actually, Stympian was giving he was giving him a great push heading down to 1, and they were going to exit out 2 side by side. I would not be surprised if this outside line actually forms up and becomes better. What I'm questioning is, why doesn't Hayward jump to the outside line with his teammate there and they work together? Maybe Hayward is thinking the bottom is going to be the place to go, or does he elect to take the top? We'll have to see this time.
So we'll bring it double file and get ready to get started. And try this thing one more time.
And possibly another.
We're keeping our fingers crossed, man. I got to go to work in the morning.
Hey, that's exactly right. It's a Sunday night here, but we're going to get this action done here. As you see, again, the 23 of Michael down there on the apron looking to save some fuel around this 2.5 mile racetrack.
Yeah, still really unsure if he's going to, especially if we have another green-white checker. I'm not totally convinced he's got enough fuel to make it.
Yeah, if we have another green-white checker, that's where I start to worry for these guys. I think everybody should be completely fine here unless they did something very interesting with the fuel strategy when they came in. But we'll have to see. If anybody sputters out front, it's going to be calamity also. So, and we got a lot to watch out for as season 10 looks to come to a wild opening start.
Such a pretty sight watching these cars under the lights at Daytona.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's going to be pretty here to get this green flag too. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Lee, let's see what these boys can do.
So the pace car will come in. We're going to try her again. Green, white, checkered with Sim Racing Unleashed. The cameras start to flash. The pace car pulls off, and here we go. Mark Whitley will bring him to the line on the high side with Hunter Hayward on the low side. Stympian pushing Whitley. Rosario pushing Hayward. That top line, as you said, Zach, starting to really work. As we
Oh,
go into 1 and 2, Stimp is pushing Whitley. Logan's trying to help out as well. As he got into LaFaro, we go now through out of 2. Hayward now, man, the low line really got a good run off of 2. That high line drifting way backwards. Whitley back to 5th position. Whitley spin! Stippian, Whitley. Oh no.
Major incident here involving 2 of the front runners to bring out our 3rd green white checker, and that just shows you it gets really wild when it comes down the end. And man, just unfortunate for those 2 guys caught up in that, looking for a top 4 finish tonight.
The 14 of Bradley Delph. Brad Delph was riding next to them. It looked like Stimp wasn't quite square, but I'm not so sure that he would cause that. That might have just been losing some air there in that back end, just getting loose, because I didn't see him touch.
Yeah, that was if it was a touch, it was a very light touch from the 81. And from what I'm seeing, it looked like going down into the corner, Whitley and Delph might actually made a little bit of touch to the first skip initially sideways, and then from there, Stimpian really had nothing he could do to slow down. I mean, you're pretty much wide open, and man, that's an unfortunate end for those 2 drivers. But man, they'll go on to 2 weeks from now at Daytona Road, and I'm telling you what, Whitley's good at road courses. He could possibly be back up there, and Stimpian wouldn't put too far past him to be good at Daytona Road course here in this new car.
Yeah, so unfortunate series of events there. We'll have one more green-white checkered as Whitley and Stimpian riding on board with Stimp now, I believe. Watching Whitley just flip around.
Yeah, he went for a ride of some kind for sure. Whitley he's removed every body panel almost on this next gen car, and he has shown us the inner guts of it, because that thing is tore up.
So that shakes up the front of the pack. Hayward Rosero will figure it out. He's in 2nd, Leffler in 3rd, Love 4th, Brad Delph up to 5th, LaFaro in 6th, Josh Jones 7th, Loga 8th, Ashley 9th, Todd Neese up to 10th position.
Oh man, this is a 3rd green white checker. I mean, look how much Michael's backed up here with saving fuel. Man, he must really be worried about it, and so that's gotta be something in the back of our mind. This time he'll also be restarting from that outside lane with Leffler on the bottom. Leffler's going to be in a good spot to possibly win this thing too. This is got a lot of possible outcomes to it here happening, but the pace light should be going out. I think this next time by is we'll get ready to take them to the final green white checkered and the final restart of the night for our season opener here for season 10 SRU.
What is up with Rosero? He's hanging 2 seconds back, pacing from Hunter Hayward.
Yeah, I guess that's just him saving fuel. I mean, he's trying to do his best to do it, but at the same time, I'm unsure. You know, haven't looked at the rule book too much lately, but you know, most of the time you got to maintain pace speed to keep your position. He's definitely saving fuel, so I mean, it's definitely. I mean, it's something you do, but you know, usually what you do is when you get a really big run, push the clutch in and roll for a long time. You know, instead of clutch it, roll, and oh, he's gonna go to the apron here, but he's got to line up on the outside. I don't know about that. I think some people might have an issue with that personally.
Yeah, you would think once you're supposed to pull it up double file that you would be where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, and I think that's what he's having to do now, as he's gonna pull it up into that outside lane. He must be very worried about fuel if he's this slow. And you can see he's still a sizable gap here. We'll have to see. If he sputters, man, it's going to be bad for him.
Yeah, if he sputters, Derek Love's going to run him smooth over.
That's for sure.
But look, you got Derek Love, and then you've got the 20 of LaFaro on the high side as well. Those two, along with Rosero, they've been working kind of when they have an opportunity together. Then Loga up there as well. So maybe that high line will actually work this time. But then also, Hunter Hayward does not have Mark Whitley behind him. He's got Steven Leffler, a completely different type of pusher between Leffler and Whitley. So this will be interesting. So here we go. Pace car comes off. Green flag waves. Hunter Hayward will bring him to the line. Final green-white checker of the evening. Rosero to the high side. Hayward on the low side. Leffler will be behind him. Mixing it up a little bit. Back in the back. We drive it into one. Hunter Hayward with a comfortable lead now. Leffler in second. And then the 87 of Love will drop down low. Getting squished up. Everybody's pushing everybody. 3-1. Josh Jones is trying to force the issue. Coming up. We all calamity ensues.
Wow, the big one ensues, and that's going to bring it into the race. Hunter Hayward is going to be your winner. Steven Leffler second, and third is going to go to Derek Love, the rookie. As, man, calamity on the back straightaway between Josh Jones, I believe, and the 23.
Yeah, let's see what happened with that. It looked like Jones ended up trying to push it 3 wide. And you see there on the Freaky Fast Cartage replay, Bradley Delph was pushing. Jones comes up to 3 wide. Everybody starts going. Jones gets Rosero up into the wall. Logan gets caught up in that. Man. Watch this. 3 wide. Josh Jones gets up into Rosero. Then they come down, they take out Bradley Delph. Loga's in the middle just going, what is going on? Logan gets pinched up into the wall. Everybody. Call a medic.
Man, that smoke. Look how thick the smoke trails are. That just, look, oh, someone's going through the grass. Oh, man, it's so scary. Oh, big moments here, but what a race.
As you said, Hunter Hayward is right behind that pace car looking to take the checkered flag. Leffler in second, Love third, LaFaro fourth. Look at that. Jason Adams up to fifth position, up 23 spots.
Wow, and that was come back from being laps down, too. So he used those final moments in the race to get there. Great top 5 for the 24. And that's it there. Checker flag in the air. Congrats to Hunter Hayward in the 21. He's your first winner here in the NASCAR Next Gen Cup Series car here at the Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series. Man, what a drive for that young man. Second's going to go to Leffler, though. What a drive for him. And we have a rookie, Derek Love. So, great run for him.
So, waiting on Hunter Hayward to make his way on around, but unsure. He keeps going past the pace car and then slowing back down. It's like, come on, man. Bring it on around.
Bring it on around, Hunter. Come on.
You already won, man.
He's worried he's going to get a black flag, but he's good. It's just something that happens after these, when you're in the race under yellow. He is completely good. See what he does here. Is he going to do a burnout here? Or he's slowing down a little bit. He's just trying to take his time. He just wants to get some some love from Steven Leffler here as they both get a top 1-2 finish here.
Yeah, the 22Q machine of Steven Leffler is saying congratulations, Hunter. Little tappy tap. Hunter's going to bring it through 3 and 4 and up to the front stretch for his celebratory burnout after taking the victory here in race 1, season 10 of Sim Racing Unleashed at Daytona. Hunter Hayward, Steven Leffler, and Derek Love, your top 3 here this evening. Man, what a race it was. And we are going to have our top 3 finishers, Hunter Hayward, Steven Leffler, and Derek Love in the booth with Zach Hall when we come back here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting and Sim Racing Unleashed. We'll be back in just a moment.
All right, we're back here, everybody, with our post-race interview segment of tonight's broadcast here for Sim Racing Unleashed's Cup Series Season number 10 opener here at Daytona. Third place man, Derek Love here, rookie, gonna bring home this third place finish after qualifying second. Let's hear what his thoughts are on tonight's great run for himself. Hey, Derek, it's Zach up in the broadcast booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey man, well, a great run here tonight. Rookie this season coming in here to Sim Racing Unleashed's Cup Series, buddy. Third place finish here tonight after qualifying second. Ended up pretty well for you there at the end. How was it out there tonight?
I appreciate it. Happy to be here. Man, yeah, I was happy to start up there on the front row. Really learned this package real quick, how much you'll fall back. Played around early on to see if it's possible to even get any runs, and really, you just can't make anything work on the outside. So just stuck with the bottom and tried to be there at the end, and kind of had to chop Dave a little bit through the tri-oval on that last restart, but glad we all held together and came out how we did.
Yeah, definitely. That bottom lane was pretty dominant here tonight for sure, man. And you did a great job to be able to get down there on that restart. You know, we do have the off week coming up here, Derek, and then we head off to the Daytona road course here. So back at the Daytona International Speedway, but on the road course here with the next gen Cup cars. So man, what your thoughts are going into a road course in 2 weeks?
I'm pretty good overall, well-rounded. This car is not the greatest on the road course. I think you really just got back up the corners and kind of learn how to use those brakes and not lock them up. So we'll see. I think we'll finish pretty good. Uh, Everything all included.
Awesome job, Derek, on your third place finish here tonight for the season opener here at the Cup Series. Before we let you go, man, and get ready for 2 weeks at the Daytona Road Course. Anybody wants to shout out to?
Yeah, we just got to shout out the sponsor, Streetside Classics. See y'all next week. Thanks.
Awesome
Or 2
stuff,
weeks.
buddy.
Yep.
Yep, awesome stuff, buddy. You have a great night.
You too.
All right, that was Derek Love, your third place finisher here tonight in the 87 machine. Now we'll move on to the 22Q Family Foundation number 72 and budget sim boxes. Beautiful car, and I tell you what, great run for him tonight in the 72 to bring home second. Let's hear Steven Leffler. Hey, Steven, it's Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, man. How's it going?
It is going good, buddy. Good to hear you again up here in the booth, my friend. Man, what a great run here for yourself tonight. Was it with its ups and downs? Had to fight a lot tonight to get in position, some timely cautions here and there. And man, ended up there in that second position, buddy. So how does that feel to come out of Daytona with a second?
It was a rough start to the week, man. Had the Xfinity race and the truck race, and both of them got collected in wrecks in the last lap coming to the checkered flag. I was actually leading the truck race on Friday night coming to the checkered flag and got turned, unfortunately. But man, what a way to finish this race out. For a while there, we were running fifth, and we were a good 13, 14 seconds back. And I thought my night was over. I was just ready to stay in line and finish it out. And luckily, be able to come back up after the one caution, got us all bunched back together and finished with the second place. I thought I had a chance coming there off of two, and I thought about it, and I held back, man. I had a chance to try and get the run off of two before that caution came out, and I let it slip.
Yeah, definitely almost had that shot there right before it all broke loose there on the back straightaway with that wreck behind you, buddy. But man, nonetheless, still a great way to start off your season. Now, we're in the next gen cars next 2 weeks. Sorry, not next week. We'll be heading off to the Daytona road course. And then we, heading down the line of the season, we got a lot of cool racetracks coming up. This new car, what is your expectations, man, for the season? Because it's all going to be a learning process for us up here. How much work have you put into the season already to figure the car out?
So practice-wise, I probably put in 100 to 150 laps here at Daytona before the race. So, just most of those were single runs, just trying to figure out what a fuel run would look like, what tires would look like. And, got that done, came in and did some drafting in the pre-race practice, had a little bit of issues on my end, at the beginning of the session tonight. Had a wheel that wasn't working, had pedals that weren't working, clutch wasn't working, had to go ahead and uninstall a whole bunch of stuff and reinstall drivers and everything. So it was pretty nerve-wracking tonight. But as far as the cars go, man, these things seem like they run really good at the intermediate tracks, which have been kind of lacking the past several years. So looking forward to some nice tight close quarters racing, with the zero fast repairs we have in the league this year. hopefully it makes for some smarter decisions and some much closer points battles and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really fun to see how all that shakes out as the season goes through, my friend. Tell you what, though, great run, like I said, here nonetheless tonight here at Daytona. And I can tell you what, I know how the technical issues can be, buddy. Glad you were able to make it through there and get out on the racetrack and get everything functional. So congrats on that and the second place finish. But before we let you go, my friend, anybody wants to shout out to?
Yeah, of course. I'd like to send a shout out to the 22Q Family Foundation for allowing me to use them as the headliner for tonight's race. So thank you to them. Same for around my car being on the hood. Thanks for allowing me to run the colors and all the decals. Budget sim boxes, Renegade Reptiles, everyone that allows me to get this car out here every week and have fun doing what I do. Of course, all the other admins at SRU that help me get the league going. And then, man, welcome back to you guys. It's glad to have you guys back and doing all of our broadcasts for us. So thank you guys.
Hey, man, we're glad to be back, too. We missed you guys. It's like a family over here, and we can't wait for the season as you guys take a step into the future, my friend. So congrats on the second here tonight at Daytona. We'll catch you in 2 weeks at Daytona again. Turn to right and left in this beast, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again, man.
And appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful night.
You too, buddy. You have a great night, and hopefully we'll catch you at Daytona.
Thank you.
All right, that was Steven Leffler, our second place finisher here tonight. Man, what a run for him, but this guy is going to be super happy. Hunter Hayward, our 21 machine here on screen. He is your race winner here tonight for the NASCAR Next Gen Cup Series car. First time on Freaky Fast Broadcasting, first time for Sim Racing Unleashed. He's the first of its kind. Let's hear what Hunter Hayward has to say. Hunter Hayward, is Zach up in the booth? You got a copy, buddy?
Sure I do.
Hey, buddy, well, I talked to you during that one caution. You sounded pretty confident. You said you felt like you were sitting duck out front, but you made the front look very strong, and you're able to be the first Next Gen Cup Series winner here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting and Sim Racing Unleashed. How does that feel? Can you put it into words? And what a way to kick off season number 10.
Well, it feels great. I like this new Next Gen car. Still a lot of things to work with on iRacing, but it's still awesome. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Denny Hamlin, back-to-back wins at Daytona, but feels really good to start off a season like this. Really strong car all day today. I had help from Mark Whitley and Stimpy and all day today, and they're the reason I was up front all day today. We had great pit stops. Maybe not that first one. I don't want to talk about that one, but it was an incredible run all day today. We definitely got lucked out by cautions in those green and white checkers, but I feel like I could have held off Leffler, especially after that 23 ran out of gas on that third green and white checkered. So overall, that was an awesome race, and I'm just really thankful to be able to win that race.
Yeah, that's a good point. Coming down there at the end, we saw the 23 saving unordinate amount of fuel. I mean, he was running on the the apron there on the coming to green lap, so he was definitely having to save a lot. How close were you on fuel there, Hunter?
If the third green white checkered stayed green, I wouldn't have made another lap around. So really tight on fuel. That didn't. Yeah, I agree. Wow. But yeah, no, that was awesome. I was praying that it was only going to go one or two green white checkers and that I would have stayed up front, but it didn't. Thank God that there was a caution on third green white checker, because I don't know how fuel would have might have been like the 23, but who knows? We're still in victory lane, baby.
Hey, that's all that matters, my friend. All that matters is you got that 21 in the victory lane. And now we head off to the Daytona Road Course. So we come right back here to Daytona in 2 weeks. And we're in this new Next Gen Cup car, man. We know you have some good road course prowess, and you probably got some good teachers out there to teach you how to get around those places. How do you feel about going into the Daytona Road Course?
Oh man, you're just giving the credit to yourself, huh? Yeah. That's how it is. But yeah, I really like that track. It's a fun track that definitely takes a lot of patience, a lot more, just like Sonoma. I mean, it's like a combination of Sonoma and Watkins Glen, and I really like that track. Especially with this next gen car, it's gonna be a lot more fun, especially when this car is definitely built more around being a road car. So it's gonna be more fun. Of course, and then I also have my teachers like Zach Hall in the booth. road course master here, by the way, guys. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if I can get a win. I know there's a lot of other good road course guys out there, but I'm looking forward to it, and I know that's a really, really good track there.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good shot for everybody and a great broadcast for us here. But what a run you had here tonight. Congrats on the win. Very proud of you there to pull that off in the Next Gen Cup Series car here tonight for the first of its kind. I actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. He called it. He told me he was going to win the night. I think I remember that. He said, I'm going to win the night. So he did it. He called his shot. He went out there and won. So before we let you go, Hunter, anybody want to send a shout to for your amazing victory to start off season number 10?
Yeah, just all my teammates out there, Dave Bush, Steven Simpian, everybody who helps me get out on the track every single week. Thank you for Mark Whitley also helping us out and being a draft partner today. Everybody else out there, the league for helping me out, sponsors, everybody out there, you guys most importantly for putting on the show every single week on Sundays and Tuesdays, or Tuesdays and Sundays now. So thank you for that. Let me just give a quick shout out to my sponsor as well, Plan B Sales. PlanBSales.com is the largest independent distributor of NASCAR diecasts and other racing diecasts. Retail customers can also visit Circle B Diecast, where you can use code HH48, HH as in Hunter Hayward, for free shipping on orders over $20. So go check them out and make sure to use code HH48. Also, check out the League iRacing on Tuesday nights here at 9:30 Eastern. I'm sorry, I'm Central Time. I don't know that much well, but these awesome guys here, Freaky Fast, Zach and Robert, always put on a great show, and it's an awesome league to watch every single night on Tuesday nights, and I love to be in that league as well. So go check them out. They're an awesome league, and thank you for everything.
Awesome stuff, Hunter. Well, we appreciate you out there on the track, buddy. Thanks for putting on the show, and we'll catch you on Tuesday night. Oh, yeah,
one more thing. You guys, Zach, Collie, and Cedric, you guys helped me out, especially for the Daytona Road. I'm sorry for cutting you off, Zach, but I just had to thank you as well, because you're definitely going to be the main reason for me racing the Daytona Road course. So I just had to give you a shout out, and all the other teammates I have at Cat 5.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great stuff. Hunter, congrats on the win tonight, buddy. We'll catch you in 2 weeks. Actually, we'll catch you on Tuesday night, like you said, too. But we'll catch you here back on SRU in the Next Gen Cup Series car in 2 weeks, buddy. So congrats on the win, and have a great night.
Yeah, you too, brother.
All right, guys. That was Hunter Hayward, our race winner here tonight for the Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series. Congrats to him on pulling off a fantastic win here to kick off the season. But what a race for 31 cars to start off this season. I always like this call seasons years, so I messed that up. I'm the type of person that has filler words, and I will use them words over and over again. You'll figure that out if you're a first-time tuner in here to Freaky Fast Broadcasting. But we'll go ahead and bring up our race results and see where your favorite drivers ended up tonight here at the Daytona International Speedway. There you can see Hunter Hayward bringing home that victory. Second's going to go to Steven Leffler. Third's going to go to the rookie of Derek Love. Fourth's going to be Luke LaFaro. Fifth's going to be Jason Adams. What a great run for him. Sixth is going to be Brandon Hartwell. Seventh, James Small. Eighth's going to go to Jeff Dotson, the rookie. Ninth's going to go to Lane Doole. 10th's going to be David Neese. 11th's going to go to Michael Rosario. 12th is going to go to Bradley Delph. 13th, Dave Bush. 14th's going to go to Clifton Ashley. 15th is going to be Rodrigo Loga. 16th is going to be Todd Neese. 17th is going to go to Josh Jones. 18th is Robert Cheswick. 19th is going to be Kevin Roy. 20th is going to be Mark Koschik. And 21st is going to go to Kerry Chim. 22nd, Mark Whitley. 23rd, Steven Stempian. 24th, James Bryan. 25th is going to be Michael Yarrow. 26th, Aaron Bradford. 27th, Dylan Zelms. 28th, Robbie Darnell. 29th, Jason Anderson. 30th, Kyle Nadeau. And rounding out your field in the 31st position will be Buzz. As that is your race results here tonight from Sim Racing Unleashed here at the Daytona International Speedway for the Next Gen Cup Series car for season number 10. What a race it was. I'm Zach Hall up in the booth, and Lee Tidwell wanted to make sure to tell you all, everybody out there, he loves you and that he will be back with us very soon in 2 weeks here at the Daytona International Speedway to call some Sim Racing Unleashed action. So don't miss that here, like we said, in 2 weeks here at Daytona. Live again here on Freaky Fast. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. This has been a fantastic race. But let's send it up to our producer, Robert Moyer Jr., to close out tonight's broadcast here at Sim Racing Unleashed.
Whew, what a race, what a race. Well, congratulations to everybody out there for packing a great field here tonight here with Sim Racing Unleashed. Feels great to be back home with these guys on a Sunday night at 7:50. It's going to be fun. The next time we broadcast these guys is going to be in 2 weeks at the Daytona Road Course, where Lee's going to have to listen to Zach give some information on that. So make sure you tune in and don't miss that action there. And also, don't miss any of the action we have out through the week. We got multiple leagues that we do. So if you hit that subscribe button like we asked you to and Zach asked you to, if you don't mind, I know we sound like we're hounding, but we're trying to get to a number because we can offer more to you viewers if we can hit that 1K mark, and we do much appreciate that. Or share it with your friends and family and have them come out and subscribe too. Very, very much helps. But well, Zach, we are going to get ready to sign off. We want to say again, congratulations to Hunter. First time with the next gen cars of the future. Finally gets a win. You know, way to stamp your name on it to say, hey, look, I got the first win. Goes down in history of the future. Or the future is to history. Or history is the future. I don't know which way you want to go with that one, but you know what I mean. But again, thank you everybody out there, and we will catch you on the next one. Hopefully everybody has a great week. But until then, we want to say God bless everybody. We love yous all. Peace out.
Bye, everybody.